It appears as if we just hit the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Game Awards and the litany of problems people have with some nominations. But let's break this all down. Up next. What up, guys? This is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. Okay, it seems as if the prevailing topic this week for the Level Up has been the Game Awards. I'm not gonna bore you as far as everything we've covered this week, so go check out those videos that I posted earlier this week. Today, though, comes as a newish type of issue that pertains to a different category other than Game of the Year. So this happened within the Best RPG category for the Game Awards, and we already talked about the glaring absence of Hogwarts Legacy. And here is your first glance at the official list of games. You got Baldur's Gate 3, no duh, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and of course, Starfield. Final Fantasy 16 is an amazing game, but people raised questions here if this is a true RPG at heart, with some people saying it's more of an action game, but I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to hash that all out. But a game that I noticed is missing here, and full disclosure, I haven't personally played this game, but boy oh boy, when that game dropped, it's literally all I heard about, and that's Octopath Traveler 2. People are wondering where this game is, especially when it comes to this nomination, and if the panel tasked with nominating these games flat out just ignored it. And at first glance, when I seen this game, it's definitely an RPG, so it fits into this category, no questions asked. Much like our debate with Resident Evil 4, people again think this spot was taken away from a game that truly fits within the category. Also, an unknown factor that seems to be a glaring one as of right now is the notion of if every panelist played all these games. So, for instance, a good amount of them could have went on to play Final Fantasy 16, which is one of those bigger titles to come out this year, and let's just say 15% of panelists went on to play Octopath Traveler. With that being said, I think it's kind of clear to see who would move on in this head-to-head battle between the two games within the voting process. This would no longer be a question of what game is best, rather what game was played most among the panelists. Also, this would kind of raise the question of where on earth is Diablo 4, seeing how big of a game that was, and you kind of see what I'm getting at here. But let's move on to another category, being Best Indie Game. The games on this list include Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. Now, what's not a totally good look here is when this image was posted to X, the post got ratioed by the community notes bot, claiming that Dave the Diver was in fact not an independent game. The company who made this game was Mint Rocket, whose parent company is Nexon, which is a rather larger company. Nexon's president even went as far to be quoted saying the game might appear as if it's an indie title, but it's not. And the question being raised here is, are we nominating games that look like independent games, or are we using the textbook definition of an indie game when nominating these titles? Now, Destiny 2 has come into question here as well when talking about the Game Awards too. Now, outside of the Game Awards, the game hasn't been doing fairly well as of late, and questions have come up over the overall treatment of this game from Bungie. Bungie recently let go of 8% of their staff. This is also including just some of their social media managers. But somehow, through the grace of the gaming gods, Destiny 2 was nominated for the award of Best Community Support. Now, I don't think we're ever gonna get an answer as to why that game got nominated, but anyways, I digress. Now, Best Esports Coach was yet another blunder for the Game Awards. And this pertains to this guy Remy at the bottom left there. I'm sure Remy's a good dude, but what's just plain funny at this point is he's not even an esports coach. He even went as far to state this on an X post, where he asked the Game Awards to take him off the list. It's honestly just funny at this point. I just can't help but laugh whenever I'm reading all this. And it makes that panel of judges who are supposed to be esteemed kind of just appear as jokes. It's as if they were just kind of backstage picking names out of a hat. But all this in a nutshell kind of circles back to a point I made on Monday, saying that the Game Awards should not be the end-all be-all when it comes to gaming and your opinions. It's like we're giving this group of media professionals blind power to dictate what's best and what isn't. This also, more often than not, would not align with what the community's outlook is on certain things, and that's clearly happening here right before our eyes. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What's your viewpoint on award shows like this? I honestly don't put too much behind it. I kind of just turn my brain off and just watch it and enjoy it. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video. And this has been the Level Up.